Welcome to this Affirmations audio. 100 open-minded, optimistic statements to train your mind. Now let's begin. Life just is, and my interpretation is optional. Facts are facts, and I consciously choose my response. If I notice negative thoughts about life, I retrain and reframe. I am patient with myself as I train my optimistic mindset. I focus on the positive aspects of people, situations, and life. While I hold an optimistic attitude, I am also simultaneously practical and I have boundaries. I rise up in difficult situations by the optimistic outlook that I bring. My optimism shifts my energy. When my energy shifts to open-hearted and optimistic, life responds accordingly. Optimism is my choice because it feels better. I know how to optimistically look for solutions in difficult times. When faced with a problem, I am open-minded about potential paths forward. If I can't see how something can get better, I remember there is a way. I am completely safe when I'm facing a challenge and having difficult feelings. I am allowed to have all my difficult feelings, and I'm also optimistic about the future at the same time. While other people can sometimes be difficult, I am open-minded that they might rise up and find new healthy. If situations are difficult, I am optimistic that there is a path forward to resolution. I am able to see new solutions, answers, and paths ahead that others may not see. I love to look at life outside of the box and think creatively about possibilities. I focus on new possibilities. I am solutions oriented. My best days are ahead of me. My best ideas are ahead of me. I'm just getting started, and there's so much more to soak up and enjoy. I enjoy all the good things that are already here in my life. Every day I see examples of good things that life is giving to me. I notice positive and empowered people around me, and I love to see their shining bright energy. I love to share my own shining bright energy with others. Even on days when I'm feeling low, I still manage my mind and focus on optimistic thoughts. Every morning when I wake up, I choose what attitude I am going to bring to the day. I proactively manage my mind, feeding it uplifting messages to shape my outlook on life. The more uplifted my mindset, the more I feel better. The more my thoughts and feelings are uplifted, the more my choices and actions are healthy and helpful. I am optimistic about my health, about my relationships. I am optimistic about feeling more and more connected and embraced in loving relationships. I am optimistic about meeting more awesome people that I resonate with. I am optimistic about my abundance, income, and resources. I am optimistic about new ideas, possibilities, and creative solutions. I am optimistic about experiencing great new adventures in my life. I am optimistic that I am able to create awesome new things for my life. I am optimistic about my capabilities. I am optimistic about my ever-deepening level of resilience. I am optimistic about my professional life, vocation, or career. I am optimistic that my future is filled with more passion and more purpose. I remember I don't need to know how something will happen in order for it to happen. I remember I don't need to know how anything can happen in order for me to be optimistic that it will happen. My optimism is the very inner energy shift that ripples to outer shifts in my life. Life loves my optimism. I love my optimism. To be optimistic is simply to be empowered. Optimism is hopefulness, openness, and readiness for unlimited possibilities. The past has nothing to do with the future. The future is about what I expect and project in this My moment. Kind, loving and appreciative heart supports my optimism. I love being around optimistic people. They feel so resonant, relaxed and happy. I choose to enjoy that same relaxed, happy energy. I love to spread optimism by offering open-minded and open-hearted words and energy with others. I remind myself and other people that if there is darkness, there is also light, and it is close. I carefully and consciously choose my perspective in every situation, as I can choose whatever attitude or outlook I want. Perspectives which keep my mind open, my heart open, and my spirit. I am both optimistic and practical. I have my mind programmed for optimism and my actions programmed to take care of logistics and details in the present moment. I remember in difficult times, this too shall pass and the dawn will come again. I am resourceful and patient, and these behaviours support my optimism. The more optimistic I am, the more I can receive creative solutions and inspiration. I am self-responsible, and my optimism helps me to be accountable in good times and tough times. I accept the humanity of my difficult thoughts and feelings, and I hold optimism and hope at the very same time. By life to return day after day to my optimism. It is realistic to be an optimist. It is practical to be an optimist. I make conscious interpretations of all situations, leading my mind and leading my thoughts. I use gratitude to shift my energy and open up my mind if I am feeling low. There are endless ways of looking at any situation, and I choose the way that is the most empowering. I will always find evidence of whatever I am looking for, so I look for optimistic, empowering solutions and possibilities. My life is filled with new possibilities waiting for me. I have a burning optimism inside of me that fuels me every morning when I wake up. An optimistic attitude, and it motivates me every day to do all the things I set as goals. I always challenge myself to look for what is the most empowering way of interpreting and addressing a situation. Optimism is a learned behavior. Optimism is available to me every day. If my mind wanders into darkness, I choose again and begin. Optimism feels liberating to me. I am allowed to be a realist and an optimist at the same time. It is entirely realistic to anticipate the best for myself, for others, for life and humanity. Today to myself to never give up on myself or I am open in mind and heart. I hold the energy of optimism, and it is healing for myself and for others. There are endless possibilities for all areas of my life that I am yet to save. I alone get to choose how I set the GPS of my mind on the most empowering, motivating ideas that fuel me. There has never been a better time to powerfully lead my mind into optimism. I declare I am an optimist, and it feels great. Optimism is far beyond positivity, for it is hope, faith, resilience and perseverance. The world needs more optimistic people, and I am leading the charge. I am grounded and practical as well as optimistic. There are solutions to every challenge. There are answers to every problem. I am open to receiving what I need and knowing it is available. I am willing to bring optimism to even the most trying of times. I ask myself, how can this challenging situation serve me? And how might I serve for this situation? I am a powerful, open-minded optimist, and I love myself for how optimistic I am.